Takashi Murakami is an artist that I'm very fond of and I like to keep up with, so let's get into it. Born in 1962 to two parents, the father being a taxi driver and the mother who worked with textiles, which is basically a type of fabric, Murakami grew up in a very strict household. His parents supported his dreams, but they were very strict about how they were going to do it. After Murakami broke away from school, he went to the Tokyo National University of Fine Arts. He would study until he got his PhD. In the mid-90s, Murakami traveled to New York, where he was fairly unhappy because everyone did not care about the art and only cared about money, really. There, he realized that he would have to reinvent himself and simplify his brand in order to succeed. On his last night in New York, he was playing a late-night word game with some friends, and he was using nonsense words like debazite, a Mongol word which means why. Murakami came up with the figure Mr. Daub, which to this day is still commonly featured in his art. Mr. Daub was the figure that gained him international acclaim, but it wouldn't be until 1996 where he showed it off at an art exhibition, and then people started noticing it. In the same year, 1996, Murakami would go on to open the Harappan factory, which he would use to build large-scale mass-marketed projects. In the year 2000, Murakami presented his historical essay, which is titled A Theory of Superflat Japanese Art. His main goal with this was to produce a unique Japanese art form, which was directly overshadowed by Japan's defeat in World War II. The Superflat thesis aimed to unite the history of Japanese art form from the 12th and 13th century with contemporary Japanese pop culture. Despite all the cultural and historical references in his art, people are still drawn to it due to its unique color schemes and the way it pops out at you with the dazzling explosions of characters and colors. This paradox between the true historical meaning of the art and the immediate pleasure enjoyed by people who see the art express the fluid nature of the Superflat concept. In 2002, the designer Marc Jacobs of Louis Vuitton would invite Murakami for a long-term collaboration. Murakami was allowed to keep his creative control throughout the project, which was not seen much at the time. This collaboration would turn Murakami into an icon in his home country. Now he was known as the artist who blurred commercial boundaries and pushed things to the next level. From 2002 to 2007, Murakami would go on to keep creating his own art, including paintings and sculptures, but then in 2007 would be the year that everything changed and his fame would skyrocket to astronomical levels. Takashi Murakami collaborated with Kanye West on the album cover of Graduation, as well as directing the animated music video for Good Morning. Graduation would go on to sell nearly 1 million copies in the first week of sales. It's considered now to be one of the foundations of hip-hop music today as we know it. From there, Murakami's career was just in free-flow mode. He's collaborated with every single person you can think of. He's even had a football collab with Messi. He's had a Perrier collab. I have some bottles up there in cans. And he's done everything. He's collaborated with Pharrell. But my favorite collaboration besides Graduation has got to be Kids See Ghosts with Kid Cudi and Kanye West. If you haven't listened to these albums that I mentioned in the past minute, make sure you go check them out. Today in 2025, Murakami is still creating and collaborating. He just dropped over 150 items with Louis Vuitton. He continues to make amazing art that changes the boundaries of what's normal and what's not. And I'm very inspired by him, so I just want to talk about him today. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out. Subscribe.